Hello, friends. I have lost my mind this month. Like, I don't know what happened. I do know what happened. I do. I know what happened. I spent a lot of money. So, I'm just gonna put all the caveats here. Can we just assume that they're all here? Like, I'm not trying to brag, all the things, but I wanted to share because people were like, please post this haul. So, I'm gonna post this haul. I haven't stitched a thing this month, and I am super excited about that actually, and now I'm kind of ready to stitch things again, but I needed a break after Merida, man, because like it was a long haul project and I did it right on the heels of like the Hogwarts Express puzzle dress, which still hasn't been photographed properly, and I needed to vent. I needed I needed to go out into the world and spend money. We're having this funny Instagram conversation today about how Capricorns are considered like very, what is the word they used? Cheap, I guess. I am not cheap. I am bougie and I spend too much money. So I have basically gone to Reno, went fabric shopping with the ladies and had a really great time. And that was kind of a warm-up act for what I did in LA, which was some serious damage is what I would call it, like just serious damage. And I knew before I was going that I would be doing this damage, and I did save up money. I've been saving up tiny amounts of money all year so that I could do this, so I don't feel horrible about it, and now I feel well stocked. Noelle, you might ask me, where do you plan on storing all of this? That is a problem for future Noelle, who's probably like 3 hours in this future. But currently, I don't know. I don't have any space for any of this. There's not even space in my garage for that. I mean, I could just like put bins on the ground, and I do have bins that are empty. They're just like up in storage, but like there's no rack for this. There's no place for this. And I really hate things not being in racks. So I guess I'm gonna have to like sew more. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you what I got in Reno. I'm going to separate this haul into like not two parts, but like two sections in this one video for you so that you can see what I got in each place. Because the Reno pile is pretty big and it's nothing compared to LA, and I just don't want to like put this giant pile on my table and overwhelm you, because there are actual like furniture pieces involved. So here we go. Okay, let's start with this pile because this is actually where I went first in the store. All of this is polished cotton, and it comes in a variety of different colors, which I will show off. Basically, I bought a bunch of colors that I don't always look great in, but I can use as lining or petticoats just because I like the colors. So this is what happened. I got this beautiful, I guess I would call it like sky blue, that I really liked. This I got 5 yards of. This I got 10 yards of because it is the most lovely slate gray, and you can see the polishedness of the cotton. So polished cotton is a little bit stiffer of cotton. There's, I think, 9 yards of this, maybe 10. I got this like gorgeous, it's coming off a little bit more orange than it needs to be, but it's a salmon-y color here. I got a variety of like what I would classify as colors of Caucasian. I got this sort of nude color, this blush color, this beautiful, like a rich mauve-y kind of pink, this actual mauve color, and then this color, which I don't really know what it is. It's like, it's not really reading that great on camera. It's like the lightest, it's almost like a very light salmon, weirdly. So yeah, like if you turn the saturation down on salmon completely. Okay, so polished cotton is used largely on the interior linings for Victorian dresses, but you can also use it for petticoats, you can use it for lining for skirts, you can use it for a variety of different things, which I'm excited to have. It's just kind of like a staple for your sewing wardrobe to have. I do think I'm probably going to make a skirt petticoat out of this guy, because I would like a dark colored petticoat at some point so that it doesn't always show. But yeah, everyone's like, what's up, Easter egg? I don't know what happened. I just really liked all these colors and I thought that they would be good. They're colors I don't wear on the outside because like this light pink hair would wash me out, so this one would probably be okay. But yeah, they're not colors I would normally wear on the outside of my clothes, except I would obviously wear this on the outside. But I think that they're great for linings, and it allows you to have a little bit of fun. This is also polished cotton. It's a little bit lighter of a polish, so it doesn't have as much of a sheen, but you can kind of see it there. And it is, of course, this beautiful lavender and white stripe. They had this in 2 thicknesses of stripes, and basically Abby just threw this on my pile and was like, make an 18th century dress out of this. And I was like, yes, ma'am. And I love this shade of lavender. I think it's beautiful. I'm here for this project. It is, they cut some shapes on me, as you guys may have seen in my last video. If not, I will link it up above for you. So I am excited to make a dress out of this, and it seems like it would be great to hand sew with. So yeah, that's what's happening. I think there was like 9 yards, and then maybe there was like a couple yards, because there's like 2 actual cuts here, and then there's a tiny piece. I don't know, there's a whole bunch here, so we'll see. And then I found this, which I thought would be amazing. It's linen as a Regency dress, and it's slightly see-through, which is great. It would be nice and cool and refreshing. I believe this was actually intended to be curtains because it is 120 inches wide. I did buy, I think, 9 yards of it. I obviously do not need 9 yards of this to make a Regency dress. Chrissy wanted some of this, so I am going to cut off probably half of this and send it to her as soon as I figure out what I'm, how much I need for this. But just this most lovely linen with this yellow stripe, and it's just this like off, like almost yellowy cream color, eggshell sort of color. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. And I found out last year, making the Bonnet of Doom, that took forever to get made, that I can wear yellow. So I'm going to. A la Emma. These things over here are interesting because this they were billing as tarlatan. I don't know what I think about that. I think it's somewhere between tarlatan and buckram. Tarlatan and buckram are not very far from being the same thing anyway. I think tarlatan just usually has a much looser weave than buckram. This is, if it's buckram, it's a really, really lightweight and flexible buckram. I will use this for the same purpose no matter what you want to call it, and that is a thing you should look out for when you're thinking about looking for things in sewing shops. Is like, one person's like very fine woven tarlatan is another person's very soft buckram. So anyway, I bought 20 yards of this because it was super cheap. I think it was like, I want to say it was like $3 a yard or something. So I was like, yes, please. And then I bought all these tapes, and I bought, I think, 20 yards of these 3. And I bought the entire roll of whatever they had of these 2. So I think I need to ask again. I think these are made out of wool. I need to go ahead and burn test them and check. But you can't have too much like tailor's tape kind of stuff around. Like, these make good waistbands. Like, we all know from that video, or maybe you don't know, I think I cut it out. The drawstrings in my petticoats are just dumb. They're just dumb. I used the wrong thing because I didn't know what I was doing. So I can replace them with this stuff. It's just, this is like, I will have this roll for probably the rest of my life and it's fine. kind of stuff. But you can never have too much of this kind of stuff. And then I found this interesting tape that is definitely cotton and maybe like possibly nylon. I am not even sure. But it's a very interesting tape, and it's corded. It's very sturdy. So that is that. This one is just a plain, I think, cotton weave here. And then another plain cotton, same thing, but just in black. So these are the items that I got in Reno, and I'm very glad to add these to my collection / start working with them. Okay, so let's start with the linen here. I found 2 different kinds of this shot linen, which I didn't know was a thing, but it turns out it is. You can see it's shot blue with yellow fibers, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. I just was like, wow, this is really cool, and I want to make something out of it. I do not know if this is a flattering color for me or not, but we're gonna find out. In a similar vein, and kind of in a matching color, I got this, which is not turning out as like neon lime as it really needs to be. This is some 70s Florida color here. I'm really enjoying. I guess it's a muted neon, really. It's not super neon, but it is bright. It's an absolutely delicious color. I think I got 10 yards of both of these. Fabrics and Fabrics had these for, I want to say $10 a yard for, and I just bought 10 yards of everything I could, essentially. And then I found this, like, a very interesting, not black, but kind of slate gray. We were having this funny discussion about this because Hannah was like, don't you already have black linen? And I was like, this isn't black, Hannah. She's like, I'm not debating the color. She's like, it serves the same purpose. And I'm like, no, it does not. So I got this beautiful, like, slate. Like, yeah, it's basically black. Let's all just admit it. But it's a slate color, which I thought would make some cute, like, modern tops. I'm gonna try to make some modern linen tops for me to wear that are, like, t-shirt adjacent, but maybe cooler for the summer. Black was probably not the greatest choice for that, but here we are. And then I found this, which is like, I don't know, fuchsia shot purple? I don't know, it kind of almost looks teal in there, but it is actually, I think, purple. Yeah, you can see the fibers here are very purple. But, oh, this color just screams, Noelle, please wear me. I love this color, so this is going to be probably a few things. I'm not sure. I was thinking about making 18th century things with some of this, maybe Regency things, but I don't actually know if they, I know they had shot silk fabric, so I don't know why they wouldn't have had shot linen. So I could probably absolutely get away with wearing something of this type. Linen is a little bit heavier, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Then we found this, which I love, and I don't know if people are going to like be like, that is nothing, Noelle, but it's this like twill that's black and like cream that is twilled together. Let me see if I can get a closer shot for you. There you go. That's probably a better shot. Turns out both Hannah and I wanted this fabric, but they had one 4-yard cut and one 2-yard cut, and she just wanted to make a shirt out of it, so she took the 2 yards and I took the 4 yards, and we were both very pleased with this transaction. This sexy mustard, yummy yellow. There are 10 yards of this, and to me, this is screaming an Emma Police. Not police jacket, and man, this is gorge. I gotta figure out how that was done. I am talking to Constance about that jacket, so this might get passed off to her. I gotta find out if this is a yardage that she can use for something like that, or if we really need to go buy more fabric too. But yum, I will use this fabric, even if I just use this for an under petticoat and then also something else. Yes. Also, I love these two fabrics together. This is the same, it's 10 yards, and I don't know why it's so much thicker than everything else. Like, it is a coarser linen than, say, this. Like, this is much smoother, and this is like a little bit more, not burlappy, but definitely more coarse. But it's not that much thicker, like, you know, when you look at the fabric, but it is a massive bundle for 10 yards of this royal purple deliciousness that I am very much into. Okay, lastly, we have the silks, and you are not looking at the front side of any of these, so let me show you that. Okay, this is what you guys were seeing. This is what it actually looks like. And I just thought this looked like a candy shop, and I want an 18th century gown made out of this so bad. So here's 10 yards of this. I got this at Home Fabrics, and I am very much pleased with it. All 3 of these came from Home Fabrics. I think all of these here, except this one came from Tex Carmel. These all came from Fabrics and Fabrics. Okay, this is what you guys were looking at. And this is what the outside looks like. Also, like a candy store. I was just like, yes, yes, please, brown and pink. This is like one of my favorite color combos ever, so just sigh. This might become maybe a Victorian, I'm not sure. I could do an 18th century and I could do a Victorian with this, so we will have to see. This one I think is actually the most startling difference. This is the backside that you guys have been looking at. And this is what the inside looks like. And I just think it's divine. All three of these. I mean, every one that they had there was just amazing. So I could have bought all of them. Like, there would be not a glitch in my heart if I could just have taken them all home. So, but I really liked this one. So I thought I would give it a chance to have a life. This almost for sure will become, weirdly, a Victorian. I thought really hard about it becoming an 18th century, and then I'm like, you know, this would make a beautiful bustle dress. Okay, let's go through some of the tools I bought. We went to a store, which I named in the thing. I think it was called Ace, but I gotta figure that out. And I bought a bunch of tools, because tools are my favorite thing. Also, you guys do want a series on tools, because like I buy silly tools like this all the time, and then try them and use them and figure out if I think they work or not. So I could show you all the options and tell you what I think about things. If you wanted videos like that, let me know. Okay, so I got an awl. I have many awls. None are as thin as this. This is a definitely could kill someone with awl. First thing I thought of course. And I'm really pleased to have a thinner one in my collection. This guy, and I did leave all of my price tags in just so you guys can see what things cost. This was $20. I'm pretty sure you can buy this for this price or cheaper on Amazon. I was there, so I just bought it. I also have those rulers that Sarai made, and so I don't really feel like I actually totally need this, but I've never tried one, and so I want to. So I'm gonna. so I got one. That's how that went. These are way cheaper at that place at $1.75 for 3, and these are those hooks and eyes that people keep asking me about these in the comments because I talked about them at one of my Merida videos. You can get these at Joann's and stuff. They're made by Clover, obviously. They're usually like $3.95 or something at Joann's. I'm like, ooh, $1.75. I will take this many. I did not buy out the whole selection, but I thought about it. This is a screw punch, so you just push down and it punches holes and things. Thought that might be useful. These are both like markers, so you can mark your fabric with them. You can also use them as like bone turner kind of situations to help flatten out seams and stuff. I've never used markers like this before, where it actually just presses like a dent into the fabric. So I thought this could be useful for certain applications, so I bought these guys. These are pencil lead for my crazy pencil that I keep talking about that I really love. So I have like these mechanical pencil situation that I'm into. It's in my Amazon store down below. Amazon does have this lead also. I think this is cheaper, so I bought some because these were colors that I hadn't found before. And this one is like pink and this one is like a gold yellow. So cool. This is a cooling bag and place to stick that crazy iron thing I have that I used on Merida. So I was like, ooh, there's actually a bag that comes for this purpose, so I'm gonna buy that. And then lastly, I bought this, which is a button gauge. So you can stick a button in there and it will tell you what size that button is, which I am pretty excited about because I frequently have no idea. Although my sewing machine now just sews buttonholes to whatever size my button needs, so that's useful, but sometimes you just want to know. So this is cool, and I've never seen one of these before, so here I am owning this. Okay, then we went to the antique mall, and I have some not so secret shame to share with you, but I'll show you the small stuff first. I found all these gorgeous vintage buttons, which I just thought, yes, I will take them too. To figure out how to get you shots of these that are not glary, but they're pretty. These are good for Regency. And then I found these antique table cards that are so pretty. They have like table places, like who's at what table. I think you're supposed to use these for like fancy parties and weddings and stuff. But they have all different of these beautiful dresses. And like there's a bunch of them in here. So I'm very excited to have a look through these. Here is the back of this package, which I just think is the bee's knees. I don't know when these were made because they're not anything that would have a timestamp on them, but man, they are so cute. here is one of the things that I got that is just the sweetest. It is an Essex sewing machine. So this was probably made in the 50s, probably the either late 40s or early 50s. What happened was that Singer actually manufactured very small sewing machines like these. These ones were not manufactured as toys, unlike a lot of other ones that are this size. Nothing on here is plastic, they're all metal, and they do produce a very respectable chain stitch. So I think actually Constance has a video where she's sewing something with one of these machines, and I bought this so that I could make a video of sewing something with one of these machines, which I thought would be really fun. So I did manage to get it working. I got it oiled. It does make a chain stitch. It is lovely. It came with this case. And it has an instruction manual, but this instruction manual is actually for the electrified version, which came a little bit later. They made 150,000 of these, and what happened was Singer's patent ran out, and the second it did, Essex, the Essex company, actually just started manufacturing these, and they are identical. In fact, I was missing this screw right here that holds the needle in, and I went to my sewing machine guy, and he had the Singer version, and he just pulled the screw off that one, and we tried it in here and it worked. He's like, you can just have this. I'm like, that Singer version is way more expensive. And he's like, it's a display model, I'll never use it. Anyway, this cute sweet little box that came with it, which I'm very excited about, and it's super cute. It is a functional sewing machine, so I'm hyped to have it. I think of it as a toy, even though it's not marketed as one, but that is where we are with it. And then I got one last thing at the antique mall. This monstrosity, which, hi, you can see me in the reflection. Obviously it's massive. It is so big. This is a thread cabinet, for those of you who don't know. Some of the glass bits are a little broken. I can get new glass for that, so that's not a problem. But it is for you to store your thread in. It is very big. I do not love it sitting on the corner here. I even more do not love it that it's like half on this thing and mostly off, and ugh. I put little feet on it, so it will hopefully do less damage to tables and stuff. But anyway, those of you in the know that I have a drawer full of thread, which people often freak out at me about, because they're like, how can you tell what color's what color? And I'm just like, I just move it around until I see what's what. It's like not actually that big of a deal. But when I saw this, I just had to have it, and it will allow me to place the thread in there in a way that I will be able to see it, because it will be on its sides, and I can have smaller spools here and bigger spools here, although I'll probably do like silk poly cotton or something like that. It did come with a weird bolt in that it did not have a back to the drawer. So I have created a back by going to the store and buying some oak and cutting it to a press fit and then lightly wood gluing it in here so I could get it out if I needed to. But none of these drawers, these top three, had backs on them. So in order to not have thread go rolling off the back, I had to go ahead and add a back. It had space for a back, they just didn't have back. So I'm wondering if something happened to it, or I don't know, or how it was supposed to work. It's not going to work that way for me. So this is mine now, and I can do what I want with it. So I added backs. Anyway, I'm very pleased with this. I originally did not buy this. What happened? I sat there and I was like, I don't know where to put this. And Hannah and Maria sat there asking me all kinds of questions about where I could place this in my room. And every answer I came to was that there was no space for it, except on my table. And I didn't want that. So they're like, okay, well, you don't want this thing. I was like, I guess not. So I went home that night. I was laying in my hotel room and I was like, oh, I really should have got that. And then I started looking on eBay just to see like, oh, well, I don't know, maybe I can get a different one or a better one or whatever. Those things are hella expensive. This thing was 300 bucks, which is a lot of money, but compared to what they go for on eBay, and like they have other different kinds on eBay, they don't have the glass front and whatever, and they're still more expensive than that, and I'm just like, no, I want that one. That's like the one that I've always wanted, was one that looked like this. Abby has a similar one to this, although I kind of like hers just slightly more. I think the wood on hers is a different color, and I'm not a huge fan of oak, but I'm happy with this. I'm very pleased with this purchase. So basically we went to the Huntington Garden the next day, which I will show you what I got there too. And I was like, we gotta stop by Long Beach on the way back home, which is like the opposite side of LA. But luckily Hannah was an amazing person and was like, yeah, sure, we can totally do that. So we drove all over LA for like 4 days. Yeah, hands down, good purchase. Very happy with it. I'm super not happy with that I don't have a space for it. I could put in another room in my house. I don't know where that would be either because we don't really have like, our house is very Spartan. When you have 7 cats, your house is very Spartan. Like we don't even really have pictures on the wall. This room is not representative of my house in any way. This room is sort of representative of my brain, like lots of stuff, but very organized. But it is not representative of the rest of the house. The rest of the house is very Spartan and doesn't have a lot of stuff because I don't like, I mean, things just get broken. Cats are kind of a nightmare. So I don't know where it would go. And I also don't want to have to like leave this location every time I want to choose thread, you know? So, and this room has really good natural light and stuff, so it's good for choosing thread, and maybe it's gonna stay in here. It's gonna be on my table until I figure out where it's gonna go. It's probably just gonna live on my table because I will eventually just get used to it. It's gonna make cutting things and taping things together a little bit difficult, but I figure I can always take it off the table and just set it on the floor for when I need to do that and then put it back. I don't know. I wanted the cabinet more than I wanted the like clear space. I love the clear space, like clear space, clear mind, but this cabinet though. So that's what happened. The thing about that Essex is it's like, it's not the only new machine I have here. I got another one at the White Elephant sale that I've been wanting for a while, so I thought I was going to make another video about that, which I might still, but there's a new featherweight in the house. So yeah, I think I'll make you guys a little short video about it, but it's pretty. It's real pretty. It was kind of an impulse buy when I was up at like 8:30 in the morning after staying up all night when I shouldn't have been, and I get real spendy at night. Do you guys get spendy at night? Yeah, anyway, I'm not sad about it because I paid $400 for it, and one in the condition that I got, they're like $1,000 where I live. I know like all over the country the prices are wildly different, but the Bay Area featherweights particularly are pretty expensive, so I'm pretty pleased with it. So I'll make a video for you about that machine though. Okay, so the last little bit is from the Huntington Library, and I thought you would like to see what I got there, but most of it isn't fabric related, but one of them is pursuant to costuming. Okay, so first I got this t-shirt. I believe the t-shirt that I am currently wearing, which is like that from Tabitha Brown shirt, I got about a year ago, and this is the last thing I ever bought. That was a piece of clothing for me. So I don't actually buy new clothes very often. Even just t-shirts. So yeah, I love this shirt because it's giving California a bear hug, and I do love California. Also, I have this friend who is from California, but he lived in Texas, and he has all these stickers that say California sucks, Texas is awesome, or whatever, and they annoy me. So I may have bought this as like a vengeance situation. Not ashamed at all. I also bought some solar system socks because they have the solar system on them, and I do not own any regular socks at all. Like, I just don't own just plain white or black socks. Oh, that's a lie. I do own plain black socks that are like, what is that? They go only to the top of your shoe. I got, we're gonna say Uranus soap for my husband, because my husband is like super weirdly into soap. Like, he has actually a soap collection, and I just thought that was funny that it says Uranus isn't just a planet. I am a sucker for marketing. I got this book called Fashion Victims, and I will do a flip through for you in just 1 second. And I got a bunch of cards, some of which have like Jane Austen quotes on the front. Marie Antoinette's here. This is my favorite one. You kind of have to be from LA to know what this is. This implies I will sit in traffic in LA for you, which means I love you a lot. So anyway, I bought some fun cards, which will get distributed to some people who may be watching this video, so I'm not going to show all of them. Alright, let's have a look at this guy. So that's clearly fabric. But yeah, I mean, there's just some absolutely pornographic images of costume in here. So I was like, yes, please, I will have this book Do I have space on my bookshelf for this book? No, I do not. By the way, Future Noelle is someone who's coming up here, like, momentarily, right? So let's all feel bad for Future Noelle. There is no pity for Future Noelle, I'm just kidding. I got a bunch of cool stuff, and my least complaint should be where I have to store it. Anyway, this book looked fab. I was super into it. So, if you were looking to perchance buy this book or wondered what it was like in here, this is what it's like. In my opinion, worth the money to get this many good pictures and drawings of beautiful dresses from the court of Marie Antoinette. And of course Louis, but who cares? Some of these are so good. Okay. Hey, what's up? The binding is just slowly creaking right now. That's fun. Oh, it's a creaky binding. Okay, that was my haul. Those are my new fabrics and my new toys and my new books. I was really excited to go out of my house this month and go to different places where I could see actual things. And then I just bought all of them because I was like, I want all of them. I'll take them now, thank you. Probably not the best idea, but I had a really good time, so we're gonna roll with it. I guess as long as this doesn't happen frequently, it's fine. Alright, I'm gonna go put thread in my new thread cabinet because I am hype about my new thread cabinet and can't wait to fill it up. So, I will see you guys next time with another video. If you like this one, do give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments about what you're doing, what you're up to, what you're watching, all that kind of stuff. Is there anything in this haul that you thought was particularly choice? I will see you guys next time with another video, and I hope you guys are all having a great day. Bye, guys!